seen it coming, but that was no surprise. It's hard to keep your eye on the ball through the bottom of a glass. I just hoped I could get to Fabiana and Giovanna in time. I knew if I didn't get to the girls soon, they'd be leaving this place with either a price on their heads or a tag on their toes. The doors had been chained shut. I didn't need my Portuguese for Beginners phrase book to work out what was going on. The guy making the noise was the boss. He was sending them around to cut me off from the other side. And sure enough, a few seconds later, I had some company on the dance floor. Poor bastard's name was Claudio. I found out later he was a pretty big shot soccer player for the Galatians. Some nearly superstar just back from Europe. The usual. Scored goals, scored girls. The only box he'd be getting into now was the one he'd be leaving in. It was your typical trendy hellhole. A playground for the overpreened and undernourished. Sushi and house music and vodka. A place you don't get through the door unless you're rich, beautiful, or, in this instance, it seemed, a heavily armed psychopath. I remembered there was a patio upstairs. About the only thing I'd managed to clock in that place was the smoking area. Tempting. Time was a luxury I couldn't afford. This was useless. I'd been drinking since breakfast, and I'd only gotten up at lunchtime. I had about as much chance of finding them as I did of waking up tomorrow full of the joys of spring. One thing I had in common with the clientele of this trendy hellhole, some shared habits. I remembered there was a patio upstairs. About the only thing I'd managed to clock in that place was the smoking area.
Hey, Sao Paulo's favorite bodyguard. How's it going, bro?
It's not good. Some guys took Giovanna and Fabiana.
What? Jesus, Max. Hey, I'm on my way.
No, stay in the chopper. We'll need a way out of here. I'll go find the girls.
Cara, they came out there. They went that way to the lounge. Go.
Get up. You can't stay here. I need you to lock this door behind me. Get everybody else out of here. Son of a bitch. All this unfinished business, and all I could think about was my unfinished scotch. It looked loud and expensive enough to be Fabiana's. Her fashion sense didn't leave a whole lot of room for imagination, let alone food. The girl sure knew how to draw the eye, and maybe that was the problem. But at least I was heading in the right direction.
Chega! Que porra você tá fazendo? Como assim? Você tá com algum problema, cara?
Whatever the hell they were arguing about, it was time for me to add my 2 cents.
Estamos aqui por causa das meninas do branco. Você já era, seu homem morto.
They were still alive, at least. This crew was starting to look a lot like friends of the gatecrashers at last week's party. These guys had some real issues with the Broncos. They were back to finish the job. I figured it was time to start doing mine. This wasn't the time to be second-guessing myself. I had to hurry or I'd lose them.
Elevador! Entra, caralho!
Cala a boca, sua vadia!
Está ali! Cala a boca, sua puta! Vamos!
They were headed for the helicopter pad. I had to get to the roof before Giovanna and Fabiana left on a one-way flight. I knew this was going to be a bad idea, but in the continued absence of any good ones, I decided to go with it. What a view. I guess my time in Sao Paulo wasn't quite the paid holiday in the sun I'd been promised. At least I was getting shot at by a middle-class psychopath. These guys weren't messing around. This place was like Baghdad with G-strings. A couple of more seconds and I'd have given some poor street cleaner a crappy start to his day. Now, I had a ride to catch.
Pull me up, Bob, pelo amor de Deus! All I said!
Come on! Jesus, Max, I can't leave you alone for 5 minutes. What the hell happened in there?
They jumped us. Same guys from the party, I think. They grabbed the girls, and Marcelo, but he's here now.
Yeah, don't worry about me, homie. I'm just the guy paying you lots of money to protect me.
Yeah, what were you drinking?
Bet your ass I was. You try staying in there for 5 minutes sober.
Oi, olha!
Look, there they are.
Giovanna!
Quick, get after them.
Are you crazy? We can't just leave her. Max, you gotta do something. Come on, get the rifle back there.
She's making a run for it.
Hey, hold on. Swing it around.
Move, you're gonna lose her.
Me ajuda!
God damn it.
Shoot him down! Shoot him down!
Stay on her.
Don't worry, I see her.
Why is it ever since I started paying for protection, I feel a whole lot less protected?
You really want to talk about this now? Now, Max! He's gonna shoot!
Move, you're gonna lose her. She's headed for the roof.
Gotta get around this thing!
How is this getting around it? I'm building! Oh, look! There she is there!
Give me a break.
there was a goddamn army of these goons. Clearly, somebody wanted these girls bad. Or maybe they just assumed the Broncos security team consisted of more than a drunk American has-been and a Brazilian never was, who should have paid more attention in flying school. Either way, I needed to find Giovanna before they did.
Isso está ficando vergonhoso!
Ela não vale a pena. Somos a mulher de branco. Foi por isso que viemos aqui.
O Serrano vai cortar nosso saco se ela escapar!
Vou gostar de matar essa puta.
Tem muita coisa que eu gostaria de fazer!
The odds on Giovanna still being alive were getting worse by the second, and if Fabiana wasn't dead already, I was guessing pretty soon she'd start wishing she was. I was up for one god-awful performance review. This was a mess. Where the hell was Passos? We were two failed cops failing miserably at being bodyguards. He approached everything with about as little preparation as I did. It was Giovanna's necklace. I had to hope the rest of her was still intact. I had already wasted enough.
Giovanna! Giovanna!
Max! Over here! What's happening? Where were you?
Are you all right?
What, do I look all right?
Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here.
Passos, where is he? Is he okay?
Had to make a quick detour. He's fine. He's right there.
Oh my god. It's Raul!
Giovanna!
Raul!
What the hell are you doing?
Giovanna! Hey! No, nothing. Go.
Seems like I wasn't the only guy around here who had taken his eye off the ball.
Are you okay?
My weakness was the drink. Passos was the sister. Things were turning pretty ugly in this town. The boss's girl was gone, and part of me wished I was too.
Well, what choice do we have?
We have never paid out ransoms before. But I don't know. I don't like the feeling of this. What about you, Max?
I don't know. I'm no expert on hostage negotiations. I know people who are, but they're in America.
We don't have time for America.
I know you're right, Marcelo. It's not like I don't have the money to pay.
Father made a lot of money. We have always been targets. We all know that. But much as it pains me, I don't see we have a choice. Maybe after we pay, we find out who did it. We have them... Well, we all know what I'm saying.
Who do you think is targeting your family?
Haters.
Who can say? Life in this country is not easy, you can see that. I have tried to do business the right way, but that's not always possible. Of course I made enemies, but I've also paid a lot of bribes. I have no idea.
It's probably that street gang trying to get at me.
I don't know. People I know have tried to reach out to this group. Comando Sombra. They're not from any of the favelas around here. They're linked to the drug business. Now, what have I got to do with drugs? Nothing.
Everybody loves money.
I just want my wife back.
We can take the money to them.
Sem fazer barulho, sem fazer cagada, hein? Estou ali, pô! Ei, vocês aí, parados, filho da puta! Ei! Parado aí, parado! Aí, merda! Bota essa arma no chão!
Hey, put the gun down. Put down your gun.
Bota essa arma no chão agora!
Slow.
Não faça nada, estúpido! Me mostre o dinheiro!
What's he saying?
Open the bag. Show me it's full of money.
Depressa, porra, depressa!
Easy, pal, easy.
Vem!
Apparently someone up in the nosebleeds didn't like the game we were playing. The money was gone, and I was next if I didn't get off that field. The bullets came from long range.
Come on, move, Max!
They were well-armed professionals, and I was starting to feel decidedly amateur.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. There's gotta be a first-aid kit around here somewhere.
I've been shot more times than I could remember. But this felt different. Maybe fate was sending me a message, trying to tell me my luck was finally about to run out. Or maybe I just severed an artery and was bleeding out like any number of fools who got shot playing with guns. Either way, I was failing fast.